Hello, welcome to the August edition of This Month in Things. I'm Fox, the technical evangelist at Losant, and every month we try to bring some interesting and important information you need on IoT. It's always quick, useful, and informative. Let's dive in. Most of the IoT stories we hear are mostly consumer or private sector oriented. However, an IoT in its own right has the opportunity to change so many industries. As you may think, the U.S. Army could benefit greatly from sensing and tracking things, especially on the battlefield. Recently, they performed tests of LoRaWAN to determine its usefulness in busy environments. They found that while driving around Montreal, they were able to transmit 3.1 miles from a receiver. And I'm sure there are many more findings to come. But as I always mention, more testing is great because the feedback and improvements that come from the Army will trickle back into the consumer and private sector. I've talked about this previously in other episodes, but there's a lot of IoT action happening in space. Companies like Amazon, SpaceX, and many more are launching low-orbit satellites to provide internet around the world. Networks on the ground only cover about 20% of the Earth, but these satellites will be able to cover the entire surface. This means huge benefits for agriculture, asset tracking, maritime tracking, and aviation tracking. But here's the key part of this story. According to ABI research, by 2024, there will be 24 million IoT connections made via satellite. I think this new network infrastructure will have a huge impact on the future of IoT. Cisco conducted a survey a couple years ago about the state of the IoT ecosystem. It is quoted in every enterprise article you will ever read on IoT. It states that close to 60% of IoT projects fail at the POC stage. It's a shocking stat that made a ton of sense about 2 years ago. However, Microsoft recently did a survey of over 3,000 IT professionals. What they found is that 30% of respondents say that their IoT projects fail at this stage. Now, this is a significant difference from the 60%, and while there are so many factors involved, this could be a positive sign that we're simply getting better at some things. However, the study found that complexity and technical challenges are still a deal breaker for most, and there aren't enough skilled workers to build or maintain applications. So overall, there is progress, but we still got a long way to go. Ultra-wideband is an older technology that used to compete with Wi-Fi as a communication protocol, but after some time, adjustments, standards, and a little rediscovery, it's resurfaced as a great sensing technology. It just so happens that this technology is really good at detecting accurate spatial information, or in other words, determining the location of things. The nice thing is that a new consortium called FIRA has been formed with companies like Samsung and Bosch to help drive adoption in the ultra-wideband space. This is critical for IoT because location-based technology is greatly needed, and better technology in this space will only widen the story and impact of IoT. I absolutely love the work that the Industrial Internet Consortium has been doing. They focus on consolidating and providing industry best practices so that we all can be better at building industrial IoT applications, and arguably IoT applications in general. They recently published a new white paper that outlines the best practices for data security, data integrity, and data privacy. They designed this document to benefit people in cybersecurity, privacy, and IoT. With additional guidelines, customers may be able to increase trust in the industry as a whole. After digging into it a bit, there is a wealth of good information in the white paper, and I highly recommend reading it as a part of your IoT education. That is all for this month. As always, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. But until next time, stay connected.
My love.